Good evening, everyone. Glad to have you guys in here tonight on a Friday night. Glad to have Mr. NC Relic Hunter himself over here on the
Good
right
evening,
hand
guys.
side. Glad to have him here with us. And we're going to have fun tonight. We're going to talk a lot about a lot of different things. And we're going to, do the best we can. Right, Michael?
That's right. That's right. We got some storms moving through today or this tonight and tomorrow. So,
Yeah.
it's going to be some rough weather here for me and you, buddy.
Right, it is. It's getting ready. We're supposed to have some severe weather moving through in our area, but we're going to be sharing some great things tonight. We got some exciting news, some things that Michael and I have been sort of working with and listening to over the last week or so. So we're going to share some of those things, and we're going to be bringing you some things that we're going to talk about as far as it's getting ready to warm up. So what are going to be some things that we do when it starts warming up and we can't get out in the woods quite so much, and maybe we do some different things. What are some of those things that we do as it begins to heat up here in the South? Now, some of you in the North, it may be a few weeks away before you actually get some warmer weather, but you can definitely benefit from all of these things as well. So, we're going to do a couple of quick shout outs, Michael, and we got a lot of people in here. We've got almost 41 people in here tonight, and it's a full house, and we appreciate each and every one of you being here tonight. Thank you guys so much for being here. Your support, your watching our channel, and being a part of this channel is what makes it all worthwhile, and we enjoy being in here with you guys each and every Friday night. And thank you guys so much for being here. We're going to give a couple of shout outs. As always, Wisco Detect is in the house. Appreciate Wisco. Mr. Damian Thorne, Dirt Devil Detecting, always a great supporter of the channel. We've missed him over the last few weeks, but we're glad to have him here tonight. Mr. Edward G, also a great supporter. Mr. Ricky Bennett, also a great supporter. My main man, Mr. Surfside Dan, glad to have him in here with us. Joe Dirt is in here with us, always on here and offering great insight as well. Digging Daryl, a great supporter of the channel. Always super to have him in here. Mr. Teshridge Digger, also in here with us tonight. Mr. David Moss, we're glad to have you in here tonight, David. We hadn't seen David in a while either, have we, Mike?
I know I've messaged back and forth with David a few times,
Yeah,
but yeah, it's the first time we've had him back on the show in a while.
yeah. Love David's channel too. He's got a great channel.
Yeah.
Mr. Relics and Rings is in here. Relics and Rings was on with us not too long ago. Super channel. Go check his channel out as well. Mr. NC Lost Relic Recovery. Glad to have him in here. Mr. James Letner. We got a lot, Michael. Mr. Workman's Adventure. Glad to have him in here. Mr. Dwayne Cron, glad to have him in here. And he says he got unsubscribed. He had to search the channel and resubscribe. I don't that makes it weird that they unsubscribed Mr. Dwayne from us, Michael,
Hmm.
but he got it taken care of. So we're super excited to have him with us as always. Great supporter of the channel. Get that treasure. Loved meeting him at Digstock. Glad to have him. Mr. Sniff It Out. Miss Bells. Bells is an awesome supporter of the channel as well. Love seeing Bells in here. Mr. James Bazell. Mr. Swamp Dog. I think this is the first time we've seen Swamp Dog in here, but glad to have him. Mr. David Frazier. Mr. Mark C. Double G Diggs is in the house. Super, super. I got to meet Double G Diggs at Digstock. Super, super nice guy. Very informative channel. Go check out Double G Diggs. But awesome guy. Love meeting him. Love hunting with him at Digstock. It was a lot of fun. Mr. Mark Rayner is in here. Glad to have Mark in here. I think that's his first time in here with us. Digging up the Carolinas. Of course, he's where we are. South Carolina, North Carolina, Michael. Glad to have him
All
here tonight. I'm trying to make sure I don't miss anybody. Don't Tread on Me is in here. Glad to have him. Also, another great supporter of the channel, Mr. Gene Gilstrap. Glad to have him. Old Pelon is in the house. Glad to have him. T-Birds Digging is in the house as well. Michael, we got 43 people in here. Let's see if we can hold 43 people's attention for this next hour or so. Okay. So,
All right.
yeah, guys, we appreciate each and every one of you. Just want to do a couple of things. Mr. Chris is in here. Glad to have Chris. And Mr. Tim A. from New York City. Glad to have you in here, Tim, as well. So we've got some more people joining in. We appreciate each and every one of you being here tonight. So, Michael, we're going to start off with some news, which is sort of old news, but it's still an interesting topic. Garrett is coming out with a new series of machines, which are going to be titled the Storm. What do you think about these new machines? What do you think Garrett's got in store for us coming out with these new machines? Tell us what you think.
Well, I think they're going to be, weatherproof or waterproof machines and multi-frequency machines, of course, to keep up with the competition. I would think you'd have to be. And hopefully, it's going to be great to see some machines from, the United States that maybe can compete with these, the Deus and the Manicore. It would be great to see some machines, on that same level.
Right. What do you think that Garrett's going to offer, Michael, that some of these other machines don't offer at this point?
I don't know, that maybe they'll surprise us with, something that these other companies haven't even thought of.
Right.
That's, I mean, that's, you never can tell. I mean, but like I said, it's got to be multi-frequency, and it's got to be a waterproof machine at this point, I think. And
Right. I think
I,
the Apex, from what I was told, and this is strictly from the things that I was hearing, was that the Apex was sort of like their first test into multi-frequency, and they have sort of fine-tuned some of that, and they've gotten it together. We'll see. And that's what I've been hearing about this new Storm Series set of machines. Now, what they're going to be called, how they're going to be released, so on. I have reached out to Garrett to sort of ask them and sort of try to get some answers and some clarification on some of these new machines, and hopefully they might include me. Who knows? But Garrett, again, my first machine was a Garrett Ace 250, 350. I can't remember. I think it was Ace 250. And then I had an AT Pro. And so I've got sort of a very fond affection for Garrett machines. And I'm really hoping that this is the machine that sort of gets right into that mix with all the other machines, the Noctas, the XPs, the MindLab machines. Can Garrett be that company? Michael, what do you think? Can they be that company to compete with these other companies?
it would be nice to see that. I would think they would want to go with a rechargeable machine as well. I've had AT Pros, and it's a good machine, but changing those batteries, it gets kind of old after a while. And most of these newer machines have went to rechargeable battery systems, so I would hope they would do that. And it would be great to see Garrett come out with a machine that was competitive with these, like I said, the Deus 2 and the Man 4 and the Legend. And, hopefully, I mean, who knows, they could have a color screen on it. They did, didn't they purchase the whites?
They did purchase whites, and the
And they had
V3i had a color
V3i,
screen. So who knows what Garrett is coming with, but it's going to be interesting. And Digging Darrow asked a great question: is Garrett American made? Yes, it is American made. It would be nice to see them compete with XP Deus too. I agree. If they can rival these foreign machines, these machines that are made in these other countries, then I think all of us will be on board for the most part if they can rival those machines, if they can produce that type of equipment to go with those machines. Did you see the message from Carson Chris? He said that he just bought a Garrett Axiom from Joel, and it will be here next week.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's the PI machine
That's the
that they
pulse
run.
induction machine. So yeah, I mean, so Carson Chris, let us know how it goes with the PI machine. Definitely supposed to be really good on gold. I've heard a lot of good things. I talked with Gypsy Jules at Dig Stock, and she was raving about the Axiom and how it had done really, really well. So again, I want to hear about your Axiom experience for sure. Don't Tread on Me says the AT series was a great series, but never could compete with the Deus then or now. Right, and I agree. But what are these Storm series of machines going to bring to the market? That's our big question right now. You know, where are they going to take this? Have they got the technology to rival these other machines? And can they get into the mix? That's the real question. And I think they can. Um, but
I'd like
again,
to see, I'd like to see some carbon fiber shafts, adjustable shafts. We like the AT series, they had the little push pin adjustment on it. I like to see them do something a little bit different with that as well.
right, right. So Chris puts up here. I was watching a video on two new coils that are going to be offered for the F75 and the T2. The guy also testing these coils is probably going to be releasing some new items. So Chris brings up a good point too. I've seen a lot of commercials for Fisher, which makes me think that Fisher is coming out with something real soon. Now, I don't know that for sure at this point, but I got a strong feeling that Fisher's going to try to get back into the game coming up this year as well. So I think 2024, Michael, is going to be a big year for a lot of these metal detecting companies. And I think we're going to see a reemergence of Garrett. I think we're going to see a reemergence of Fisher. Um, what does XP and MindLab and Nocta, what do they have in store for these other companies that are trying to get back into the game? That's going to be real interesting. And I think Garrett's release of the Storm series is pretty big news, as we've been waiting on Garrett to sort of respond to these companies. And we'll see what happens for sure. Go ahead,
So
Mike.
is this going to be a series of machines?
It's going to be a
I'm
series of
assuming.
machines from what I was told. Now, I could be
Okay.
wrong, but from what I was told, it's going to be called the Storm series. So, what maybe you have one called the Thunderstorm, maybe one called the Tornado. I don't know what it's going to
Hurricane,
be.
yeah.
Yeah, the Hurricane. But I'm hearing it's going to be a series of machines, and that's what's going to happen. Edward
Right.
G said, but the color screen would drain the battery quicker, wouldn't it? So, would
It
that really
does.
be needed? And it
And
does.
yeah,
And
we
that's
ran
one
into
of the
that with the
problems that
Manicore.
people are saying right now about the
Yeah.
Manicore,
Right.
that you got this machine with this beautiful screen, but it takes forever to charge it, and the battery has to be pretty large in order to keep that screen up and functioning. But Michael and I have both been using the Manicore, and Michael, have you run it down completely?
No, I mean you can get a full day of hunting easily with it. And most people they'll hunt a full day and they can charge it up at night. They're good to go. It's most people have got battery packs. If they're out, hiking or camping and they carry their machine, they can charge it up overnight with a battery pack. So it's not a really big problem with that Manicore because, like I said, you can go all day long with it, no
Right.
problem.
Yeah. So battery life, I don't know what the battery life is going to be, but I would think that they've got to have something. They're not going to make it where you got to put AA batteries like you did with the AT Pro or any of these other machines. It's going to be a rechargeable machine. I think they've got to go that route.
Yeah,
And We'll see. We will see. But there's a lot of great um, uh, comments on here, Michael. David Frazier wants to know any more news on the next 3030 rumor. I think we are going to see something from Mind Lab that's a higher end machine, even higher than the Manicore. And I think it's going to be 3030, 4040. I don't know what it'll
Mm-hmm.
be. But I think we do got a new machine coming from Mind Lab this year as well. And
Yeah.
we'll see. I could be wrong, but I've got a strong feeling towards the end of the year we may see another Mind Lab machine. Um, Relics and Rings says Fisher's dumping a bunch of their old models right now, and they're putting out a ton of ads. I know that. I see them quite frequently. Damian Thorne brought up a great thing too, and Michael and I have been talking with Iffy over the last really over the last 2 months really about the Rutus. And guess what? I have a Rutus. Don't I, Michael?
You got it. You got to
Where is
update
it? Where is my Rutus at? I gotta find that thing. Where did I put that machine?
Yeah, I mean, looking if his videos and we've talked to him, he's pretty impressed with that new update, the 3.7
There it is.
software.
There it is, guys. And I'm telling you, from what Iffy showed on his video, this machine is pure fire. Isn't that right, Michael?
Yeah, it's impressive. It really
Yeah,
is.
it is impressive. And the separation ability of this machine, from what Iffy showed, could be game changing. I will say this from what I know and from what I've heard, that the owner of this company has been hard at work ever since Calabash and Iffy released those videos back during December, making this machine a lot better. And everything I've seen from Iffy has been very, very positive.
Right.
Yeah, we've seen a lot from Iffy. And we're hoping that this Versa is going to be a machine that would be a machine that can compete as well. And like I've always said, I'm all about competition. And of course, this thing folds down nice and compact too, much like the Manicore. Yes, the Rutus does need to thank Calabash, but they also need to thank Iffy. Iffy is the one that really tested this machine to the point to where he started helping them figure out what was going on and what they needed to update. So Iffy really did a great job of helping out Rutus in improving this machine. And I'm telling you, if you haven't seen his video, go check it out because he is really, really high on this machine. And I have not installed the update on it yet, but I am going to do that tomorrow. And then I'm going to take this machine out and I'm going to run it myself on my sites. And Michael knows I've got some great sites that I can test this machine on. And once we do that, we're going to be bringing you some of the results and some of the things that we saw with this machine. And I have the smaller coil and I've got the 11-inch coil. So I've got the full package here that I'm going to be able to show to you guys. And hopefully I can do that this weekend. I've got a great permission. I just received a new permission last weekend. And Michael has seen the pictures. I have not released the videos yet for that permission. But Michael, that's a great spot, isn't it?
No doubt. It's going to be an awesome spot.
Yeah, it's over 800 acres of plantation land that I'm going to be able to hunt. And I don't know, I'm going to be able to come. Michael's actually going to be able to come down and help me out with it. But this is going to be a beautiful place for us to go and explore. But the Versa, we're real curious and to see how it will perform in some of these locations. And there it is, the Rutus Versa. And I wanted to bring that to you guys tonight, is to talk a little bit about the Versa. And if he's already released it, go check out his video. Watch the separation test. It's pretty fascinating, isn't it, Michael?
It is, and if he worked closely with the the company owner, and the guy's very responsive to, criticism from people, and he wants, to put out the best product he can. He's a very smart guy, according to what Iffy says. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
uh, and he said, looks like he's hit a home run. Looking at it, Iffy's videos and from what he
Well,
said.
now let's all calm our expectations. But one
Right,
thing I
right,
am going to say, based on what Iffy showed, it does just as well, if not better, than the Deus 2 and the Manicore
right, right.
in the test that he shows now, guys. So go check out his video. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised by what you see from
He's
this
on
Versa.
here too, by the way, Brian.
Is he?
Yeah,
Okay. All
yeah.
right. I can't see the comments right now. So yes, he's on here. So if he is on here, he's lurking, eating dinner. He knows that I've been waiting on this update for a while to get this machine updated. And of course, you guys can ask him questions. I try to get him to come on here live. He tries to say, "Oh, I can't come on live stream. I'm not that good on live stream," but he is good on live stream. Don't let him fool you.
Oh yeah,
But
he's good.
he can tell you a little bit about it. But it's a very easy update. And go watch the way that they update this machine. I really like that. Don't you, Michael?
I do. I wish, all the companies would go that. It's basically over Bluetooth. You don't even have to plug it up. You download it to your phone, and you can, over Bluetooth, it can update. Take the update by connecting to your phone. It's
Right.
pretty awesome.
It is. It's very awesome. And Prospectors Cash, we appreciate you. He just gave us a super sticker, super chat. And we appreciate that so much. Again, all those donations go straight back into the channel so we can test machines like the Versa, and we can take them out to our sites and do these types of things to bring you guys some really good information. Yes, Iffy would be excellent on the live stream. He knows that, guys. Don't let him fool you. He's a super guy. He's one of my good friends. He's one of Michael's good friends, and we've always associated with Iffy, and we respect everything that he does. He provides a ton of information. He's a very knowledgeable guy, very thorough guy, and he makes sure that when he does things, he does it the right way. So if he says, "Hey, he's excited about this machine," then that means I'm excited about this machine, and Michael is excited about this machine as
Right.
well. So he can definitely speak. He said it's a great machine. He wishes it was available here. And again, somebody asked the question. I think it was Surfside Dan. It's not available in the United States, but maybe there could be some other ways about getting one of these machines. And if he is saying on here, if he makes great videos, learn a lot from him. Yes, he does a great informational video as well, Bell said. And then if he says, it's been a lot of places, multiple cellar holes. The beta started at 3.0. The final was 3.7. I was able to update right in the field from my cell. So there you go. Being able to update through your cell phone, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Isn't it, Michael?
It is. It's neat to watch it. I watched this video on that update process, and it's pretty cool to see, that, and that's a smaller company too, and they got a lot of innovation in their machine, and like we were talking about with the update there, it's pretty fascinating.
Right. So Finders Keeper says, looking forward to some footage of in-ground targets. If he has some footage of his test garden, but it is in the ground.
He does
And
he has a relic hunt video also he
yes,
put up
yes.
today.
So, I mean, you can go and watch those videos. This thing was impressive. It really was. And somebody brought up the dual mode, which would make it work, brought that up in just a few minutes ago. The dual mode allows you to be able to tell not only whether it's non-ferrous or ferrous, but it's also going to tell you the size. It's almost like having the pinpoint mode on all the time. Now, if he brought up a great point in his video, he says, hey, if you're hunting in trashy parks, you might not want to run the dual mode. But if you're out in the field and you want to know, hey, is that a big target, small target, whatever it may be, then you can set it up in that dual mode and you'll be able to run it. And I think Iffy was really impressed with the dual mode feature. So again, finders keepers, go check out his videos, but he's got some good ones up there. Speaking of updating machines, has anyone run into issues and updates of the Legend? I'm hearing the USB drivers need to be updated now before you update. And I have not. I'm still waiting on the beast mode for the Legend, which hopefully that's coming really soon. I think 1.13 was the last update for the Legend, but hopefully there's this new one coming. And hopefully that'll get some of that stuff for sure. Let's just see. He just said he took it out. Okay. Yes. Just take the Rutus across the Mexican border. No problem for sure. Yeah, finders. It's been out every week. A lot of hunt clips sent to Rutus during testing. So if he's got plenty of video to show you guys on a hunt, and I'm telling you, I've seen those videos. He sent them to me personally. And if he says, hey, it's working, then I'll believe him. I mean, I have no reason not to believe him, because if he knows what he's talking about, you guys that have seen Iffy on his channel and seen him on here know that Iffy is the man when it comes to testing them. Digging Daryl says, is Rutus made in Poland? It is. It's made in Poland for sure. And Iffy said, yes, Daryl. Looking forward to it. David Frazier said, I tried the Techna setting in the fast program. Too many high tone signals to try and determine to dig. I'm just, since he brought this up, Michael, we'll go ahead and address that a little bit. I like the Techna program. I think Gary does a fantastic job. And I think it is doing what he says it's doing over in England. But I'm not seeing quite as much here in the United States. Again, Michael and I have the sweeper program, and it's performed very, very well. Iffy has tested the Techna program, and for some reason the audio just doesn't seem right when you run that discrimination up that high. What do you think, Mike?
I think you get, like you're talking about the sweeper program, I think you get a lot cleaner of a signal, even on the mass targets. It just, it's more of a dig me signal, I think, to me, with the sweeper program than with that Techna program.
Right.
I mean, that's just us trying it,
Right. Carson Chris says, I've seen videos of the Rutus factory. He says it's state of the art. How about that, Michael?
Yeah. That's there's a lot of innovation in that machine.
This machine has a ton of innovation. I know it doesn't look like much looking at it here, but I'm telling you, this machine has a lot of potential from what Iffy has shown us in his videos. And again, he's on here, so he knows, he's tested it, he's used it. He's telling me, hey, this thing performs very, very well out in the field. And he sent me videos of showing it. And I know that it's performing that well. And I'm real excited about being able to take it out and using it on my plantation sites, which I've got a killer site that, again, I'm going to be releasing video for. And I think this machine is going to be one that is going to be top notch from what Iffy's been saying and showing. And I can't wait to test it out and hopefully bring you guys some video of the Versa with the updated software version and what Iffy has helped implement on this machine. And he's been working very hard with the owner of Rutus. And I think this is going to be a good one for sure. So that's enough about the Rutus, but I wanted to definitely make sure that we mentioned it because it is something that I'm excited about. And I know that's something that Iffy is excited about. And like I said, if Iffy's excited about it, then I'm excited about it for sure. Iffy says, I definitely can, Damien. It took out with the guy had the 900. The guy with the 900 saw the dual mode and bought the Versa and had it shipped here. Right. There are a lot of people that are very excited about what they are seeing in this machine. Metal Detecting with the CZ Kid says, we'll look forward to Versa bids Versa at Southern Rail. Yes, we'll definitely be doing it. So, I'm going to go on Iffy's settings. If he's going to provide me with his settings, I'm going to run those, and then I'll start sort of fine tuning them and tweaking them to my area. And I'm going to see what we can come up with this machine. Is this machine a machine that can rival those other machines? I don't know. If he says yes, I want to see it. I don't think if he's telling me anything that's not true. So I'm going to try it. And we're going to see what happens with the Versa. Michael's going to be coming along for the journey as well. And we're going to try it out and see what happens. Damian Thorne says, exactly, I like to see. It's the closest to real world as it gets. Right. And I'm going to take it out and I'm going to hunt with it. I really am. So I'm excited about it. David Frazier says, SRA, try beach sensitive at the plantation site, has really sandy soil. Right. And I know beach sensitive is going to hit really, really, really deep for sure. Ify Signal says, guy with the 900 had a pocket full of nails. The Versa will knock them out with ease. And I've seen Ify's test on this, and it shows that. And he's exactly right. Ify says that I'm impressed with it. It sucked unmasking wise before this update, as you've seen in the videos. Right. And he tested this for a while, guys. And he showed the problems with this machine, and the owner listened. And now we got a machine that he feels like is one that can work in our soil, can work on our conditions, and work in that heavy iron. So I think if he definitely is bringing everything he can to this machine. And again, if Ify says that, I'm all on board with Ify. Tim Man says, is DS1 deep close to DS2 HC, or do you just run DS2 in mono and choose minus 6.4 in full tones? I want a DS2 version of the DS1 that is sparking. Well, just run the silencer down. The discrimination, you can run the discrimination down. I would not run it. I would not run it really more than maybe 5.4. That's the lowest I've run it. But you can run the DS2 low. I'm telling you though, you can get too much to where you run that discrimination down too low, and it can be a teetotal mess. Yeah. 5.4 is about as low as I've ever run it. 5.2, I think, around in that range. 6.4 works really good. 6.4 to 6.8 works really well for me, 10 man. And you can run the silencer down. Run the silencer to 0. You're going to have great results using that setting. And use my sweeper program. Use sensitive full tones. Any of those will help with that. And I think you'll find it to be very similar to your DS1. Remember, I hunted with the DS1 with Calabash for 4 years almost before we got Equinoxes and the DS2. So again, that seems to be the most similar. Now, if you really want to go crazy, you could get off of sensitive full tones and run pitch. But I still think sensitive full tones is the best way to run that machine. What do you think, Mike?
Yeah, I mean, or you can try 1.0 as well. I know a lot of those programs on there were pretty sparky, and that's but on our current versions, the 1.1 and 2.0, yes, sensitive full tones is going to be the hottest.
Right. And Michael and I have tested sensitive full tones ever since this last update came out back during the summer, and we found sensitive full tones to be the deepest. We found it to be one of the best at unmasking. We enjoy sensitive full tones on the DS2. So if you're a DS2 user, there's no reason why you shouldn't use sensitive full tones. I'm telling you though, you start running it into negative numbers and you run it down to 0 for the discrimination, you're asking for trouble. I mean, I know some people that hunt for it, and yes, it will find stuff, but I'm just telling you, the most ideal discrimination tends to be in that 6.4 to 6.8 range as far as running it a little bit hot. You can run the silencer down to 0. The silencer is a lot different from 0.71. So, and if he's on here, and he can attest to this too, because he ran it during the testing phase, and he'll tell you that running that silencer, what you used to run it up at 4, I believe, maybe even 3, I can't remember. But again, running that silencer down to 0 is the equivalent of running it at about 2 on the old programs and old updates. So again, do what you want, but I'm just saying, if it's working for you, go ahead, use it. I'm not going to tell you any different. But what I am going to tell you is I've had the best success with 6.4 to 6.8 on the Discrim. Right, Michael?
That's right. Yeah, that seems to be, right where you want to be on that machine.
Yeah, I
In its
think so too.
current version. Yeah.
Well, and XP has told me that too. And that's the other thing. 6.8 was the ideal discrimination settings. And you'll notice that a lot of the default settings are at 6.8. There are a few that are a little bit higher, but 6.8 tends to be opening it up, to its, I guess, its full potential, I guess, if you want to say that. But yeah, I love the sweeper program. I love what we've done with that program, those settings. Those work really well for Michael and I and our soil. It may not work for you and your soil, and that's fine. You might have to tweak it or fine tune it to adjust to your soil. But I think you're going to find that machine set at those settings is going to work extremely well. And I think you're going to find it to be very, very deep in a lot of situations. That's right, isn't it, Michael?
Yeah. I think you're exactly right.
Yeah.
It's deep. It's fast. It unmasks really well.
Mhm.
Um,
And
I
Evie brings up a great point, man. We've talked about this, and I know a lot of you have your opinions and feelings on the testing. Iffy's block test, I have something similar that I've sort of copied from Iffy, and they're controlled tests. Now, not every situation out in the wild is going to be like those tests, but it's the best way that we can sort of get an idea about what those machines might be doing in those types of situations. And so that's why if he's doing it in this way, and Rutus asked him to test it because they felt like his block tests were some of the best out there for indicating how these machines can run. And what if he did with the Rutus has helped improve that machine. If he's already telling you it's way better than what it was at that 2.4 update, and he's done these tests, and I appreciate Iffy so much for doing it.
Right.
And,
Well, he's just not doing the block test. He's doing
oh yeah,
in-ground tests. He's doing hunts, and giving them feedback as well. You can't go and hunt all the time. That's why those block tests, and like you said, it's more of a controlled test where you know you don't have to worry about the ground, you
right.
know,
Yeah, it's a
minerals or
control
anything.
test. And like
Right.
Michael just said, if he's not just using the block test to determine what needs to be adjusted on these machines, he's taking it out in the field. He's testing it on his test garden in the ground. So
Right.
he's using this and he's showing what these machines are capable of. And that's why I have so much respect for Iffy, is that he is sacrificing his time to do that. Corey Kunkel brings up a great question, Michael. Do you recommend using multiple different machines or mastering one machine? And you and I, that's so funny. We sort of had this conversation. We had this conversation on the way to work this morning. And
Right.
tell them what you think, Michael.
I mean, some people do better, you know, with multiple machines, and some people do better just focusing on one machine. I know, if you can use one machine and learn that machine and master it, I think you'll be a lot better off. But some people can just pick up multiple machines and learn them
Right.
no problem. And
Right.
it's all in the person. If you think you can run more than one machine and do just as good with one machine as the other, you may want to have multiple machines. But if you think you do better just learning one machine and focusing on that machine, then I would just same with the settings too. If you find tones and certain settings that you do better as far as tones go, then you'll be better off to stick with those tones. That's part of it. But Yeah, I mean, it's just personal preference, really, and how you learn machines. I think.
I agree, Michael, and you and I both know. I mean, I'm using what you guys can see. I've got a ton of machines back here, but learning all of those machines and learning the nuances of each one of those machines and learning the settings on each one of those machines, that's very challenging. Do I feel proficient on every single one of those machines? And my answer to that is no, I don't.
Right.
I don't, because that's just so much to try to digest. I would say I would strongly recommend learning one machine and then
Right.
going out and using it to the best of your ability, learning it the best you can, learning what works on it, learning what works in your conditions. That's where I lean more towards anything. Um, Now, and I told Michael this morning, I could pick up any one of these machines back here and I feel comfortable that I'm going to find something with any of them. And I feel
Yeah.
comfortable in using any of them. Do I feel proficient in every single one of them? No, I don't, because I'm trying to digest and learn so many different settings, combinations, and coil sizes, and all these different things that go along with this, that it can be overwhelming. But the reason why I'm doing that is for you guys, to sort of give you guys an idea about what you can expect out of all of these machines. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I've got 11 machines back there right now. And to know every single thing about all 11 can be a little bit daunting.
Right.
But I suggest learning those machines to the best of your ability, learning one machine first, taking it all in, learning the settings, learning what works for you. Read the manual, get familiar with it, go out and use it, test it, go through everything that you can possibly go through with it, and get to the best of your ability with that one machine first. And then, hey, there are a lot of terminology and things that transfer over with a lot of these machines. So you can still pick up on a lot of those things as well. And I agree with Dave Frazier. It's just fun trying different machines. It's like I told Michael. Yeah, I picked
Yeah.
up the Equinox 900, which I haven't used since December, and I picked it up the other day and went out right into the field and just started digging targets. And I loved it. I love trying different machines and testing my knowledge of that machine and seeing how I can fine tune that machine to the place that I'm hunting. That's just part of what I do. Mental Metals on here right now. He does the same thing. Love Mental Metals channel, super supporter of my channel as well. And he does a lot of the same stuff. We go out, we use all these different machines, and we love the challenge of being able to take those machines out and use them in that particular way. Michael's got two machines right now. He's got the Deus 2 and he has the Manicore. Michael, do you feel like you know every single thing about both of those machines?
No, it takes hundreds of hours to learn. Really what the machines are saying, and to be able to determine, if this target is junk without having to dig it. You're still going to dig a lot of
Right.
signal.
You're still going to dig a lot of trash. You're still going to dig a lot of things. But again, knowing one is a lot better than trying to learn 11 or 12 or
Right.
13, which is, I'm very fortunate that I have all of these machines. But again, it's very challenging in itself. And I like the idea of being able to take a machine out and test it and being able to figure out, hey, what I need to run on this site? How can I set this machine up the best way to hunt? Um, do I ever know one machine better than the other? Yes. I mean, you guys know I'm probably I consider myself to be pretty proficient with the XP Deus 2. Now, am I proficient with the Manicore? No, I'm not. And I think Michael would agree. Are you proficient with the Manicore, Michael?
No, I mean, not by a long shot. I've I know a lot more than I did when I started with it, but I
Right.
just,
Yeah.
it's going to take some time to learn that machine.
Right.
There's a lot of settings on it. There's a lot of adjustments you can make. It's a fun machine to use just because you have so many options with it. You know.
Right. And again, we're like Mental Metal and like Iffy and like myself and you. I mean, we're all trying to bring information about all of these machines to every single one of you and get and help you sort of make those decisions so you can decide which machine works the best for you. We're not going to say, hey, this is the only machine because like we've been saying all along on this channel, there are a lot of good machines out there right now, and it's up to you to decide which machine do you feel is the machine that's going to work best for you under your conditions and your sites, for the locations and the style of hunting you're doing. That's what we're trying to do for every single one of you on here. And again, Mental Metal does a great job of it. If he does a great job of it, I try to do a great job of it. I think those guys are super, super um, uh, supporters of the hobby, and they're just trying to bring to you the best information that they can possibly bring to every single one of these people that are out there watching their channels, is to bring that information to them. Go ahead, Michael.
Well, well, James Bazell makes a good point. He said the DS2 is going to be his
Right.
go-to machine. He's 74 years old and he didn't have time to spend, learning. But also, as far as, when you get older, the lighter the machine, that's an advantage. I know
Oh my
that
gosh, yes.
I've hunted with a lot of older guys
Right.
and,
Hey, and
the
I
light.
agree, and I agree with James. There are a lot of
Yeah,
people out there that, hey, they don't want to learn a new machine. They feel like they've got the machine that's perfect for them. I'm all for that.
right, right.
And again, that's that's the difference between myself, Mental Metal, and Iffy. We love showing machines, and we want to help you guys pick out the best machine for you in your situation on your sites and doing the style of hunting that you like to do. And all of us are in the same, we're in the same boat. And that's what it's all about. And the ultimate scheme of things is trying to bring to you guys all these different options and what's going to work good for you. Edward G says different machines might work slightly better in different conditions and on different sites, which could give you a better advantage to find objects in the ground. Right. It
Mhm.
does. It really does. He's exactly right. Bobby Short says, I don't need a new machine. I need better permissions.
He's
I agree with
absolutely
Bobby
right.
Short.
You can have the best machine in the world, but if the stuff's not in the ground there, you're not going to find it. I mean, that's
Exactly.
it.
Exactly. And guys, and I've been really blessed, and Michael knows I've been blessed. If he knows I've been blessed, Mental Metal knows I've been blessed with great sight. Now, I'm not the Hoover Boys. I'm not some of these other channels that goes out and they're gonna every time they go out, they're gonna be digging King Georges and Spanish Reals every single time. But my sites are pretty darn good. And Michael knows, he's seen some of my sites. Michael got to hunt with me on one of my sites. He knows that I'm picking some primo sites, and we're going out and we're having fun. Whether we dig a whole bunch of trash, but we know that there's a possibility of digging some really great things off of those sites, don't we, Michael?
Right, and it's beautiful places. I mean, just if you didn't even find anything, it's just a beautiful place to go hunt. I mean,
Right,
it really
right.
is.
I can't wait to bring. I mean, I haven't even shown the video. I haven't even made the video of Michael and I's last hunt, and it's a killer. It's a lot of fun, and we had a blast that day. Doug Atkins says, "I can't afford a bunch of different machines. Got to make do with the days too. You don't need to buy a whole bunch of different machines. You
Right,
really don't. That's what our channels are for, is to try to help you decide which one of these machines might be the best machine for you and using it in your conditions on your site. We love the Deus too.
right. If you got a DS2, you got a top tier
Yeah, you've
machine.
got the best
It
machine out there. You don't need to buy You don't need to go out and buy a whole bunch of machines. The Deus 2 is a great machine. It's an
Right.
awesome machine. That's the machine that I've used. That's the machine that Michael uses. Are there other machines that are equally capable as the Deus 2? Yes, there are. There are. And we're not saying that that's the number one machine. We're not going to say that because you're ultimately the decider on that factor. You've got to decide which machine is the best machine for you. And we're just showing you what we think and what we're seeing on our sites and in our locations and on our tests and so on. That's what Iffy does. That's what Mental Metal does. That's what I do. That's what Michael does. That's what we're trying to do for sure. So again, Mental Metal says, "Amen, Bobby Short," on the site thing. I would like to see a survey about what is your average depth of your targets. Never mind the machine, size, conditions, or anything else. Just depth might be interesting. And depth is a big thing, but to me, it's still not about depth because of the sites that I hunt normally. But I know, Joe Dirt, you're saying, not about the machine or the sites and conditions. But I'm telling you, all of these machines are deep. Are they not, Michael?
They are. I mean, the Deus 2 is deep, the Manicore is deep, and from what I saw on the Rutus is a deep machine, and they
Right.
all separate well at depth. So I mean, it's just it's personal preference. Which
Right.
machine do you like?
I know.
You know,
Which machine do you like? David
it's
Fraser
like
says the Deus 2 is so light you can detect all that. And that's true. And again, that fits you, David. That works for you. And then that's the machine you should be using because that's what you like. I'm not going to tell you which machine to buy. Michael's not going to tell you. Iffy Signals is not going to tell you which machine to buy. Mental
right,
Metal's not going to tell you which machine to buy. And we're not going to say that there's any machine any better than the other. We're just going to show you what we're seeing and what we like using. And you guys can determine from there. That's it. Doug Atkins says, "Y'all are a terrible influence." Sure. I know. Digging dude, I'm looking into the Nexus. Looks really impressive after trying that Analog Whites Classic 3. Really want to try the Nexus, but it's super expensive. And that'll be an interesting one too. The Nexus, of course, if you guys don't know what the Nexus is, it's a single frequency machine. But I'm still not sold on single frequency as much as I am multi. But
right.
again, we'll see. We'll see. Again, Bobby Short says, "I've updated my brain to the Deus 2, and that's great because the Deus 2 is a phenomenal machine. But so is the Manicore, so is the Equinox, so is the Legend. I mean, there's just so many good machines out there.
Right.
Deus
It's
2,
it's
two machines in one.
I kind of compare. I deer hunt and I have multiple hunting rifles. Do I need those? No.
No,
But I keep buying them because I like to try different calibers and different rifles. It's just fun to me to do that as well. And
of course it is, Michael. I mean, we're all like that. We all want the
right,
newest toy. We all want the newest machine. We all think it's possibly going to make us better. Is it? I don't know. Again, it goes down to you learning the machine, you getting familiar with the machine, and you going out and using it. And there's so many variables that are involved in all of this, but the technology, the machines that we have available to us right now are some of the best that we've probably ever seen in the metal detecting industry and hobby ever. I mean, it
absolutely.
just is. It really is. So yeah, everyone needs to buy a detector that fits their budget. Go out and have a great time. Enjoy this hobby. That's right, and that's
Hmm.
what we're saying. You know,
Yeah,
find the
and
machine that fits you the best. If budget is an issue, there are plenty of machines at lower prices. There are plenty of machines at mid prices. There are plenty of machines at that higher price. whatever you want. There are so many great choices, and you're really not losing that much, are you, Michael?
No, I mean, look at the double score and the legend. I mean, for the money, it's separation wise, depth. You're not losing a whole lot over these higher dollar machines. You're really not. And it's like I said, it's a great time to
It is.
be a detective because you can get these lower end machines that can do pretty close to what these higher end machines do. And
Exactly.
it's impressive.
Exactly. James Bazell says, I do not need a bunch of depth where I detect. I need separation, and the Deus 2 knocks it out of the park. And I agree with James 100%. I,
Right,
I,
right.
I mean, you know, but does the Manicore separate just as good? Does it? That's up to you. That's not for Michael and I to tell you. That's not for Iffy and I to tell you. You're the one who's going to have to ultimately decide, does that machine separate better than what I've already got? And,
I think they're
or
all close. They're pretty
they're
close.
all very, very close. I
Yeah.
love Mr. Tom Temple's quote. He said, Brian is my best machine recommendation. And Tom is exactly dead on. Tom is a super nice guy. He knows me personally, but he knows that I take the machine thing very seriously. And I appreciate Tom leaving that comment. Green Mountain 64 says, really enjoying the day. As to dug a deep cut 1/4 colonial halfpenny with the sweeper program tonight. Michael, how many times have we heard this story?
Yeah.
A lot of people are loving that program, and we are so proud of that program because Michael and I, and of course there are a couple of people on here, David Moss and some others that sort of clued us in to what might be happening here. But we're super proud of that program and developing that program, and just seeing people have fun with that program and digging things that are phenomenal. And that really makes me feel really good about helping everyone out and finding something that really works for them. And I appreciate that, Green Mountain 64. We really, really, really appreciate it. Digging Dude says, most of all, have fun. Right. Have fun with whatever you have. If you got an Ace 250, go out and have fun. If you got a Knock the Legend, go out and have fun. If you got the MindLab Manicore, go out and have fun. If you have the XP Deus 2, go out and have fun, guys. That's what it's ultimately about. And you guys, everyone on here is so knowledgeable, and I appreciate all of the information that you guys share with us. Guys, Michael, we got so many comments. A lot of good machines out there. What you are comfortable with to learn, more hours I spend with the Deus 2, the better I get. And I've heard some good stories about you too, NC Lost Relic Recovery, and being able to use that Deus 2 to its maximum potential. And you're exactly right, buddy. You definitely are right. Dirt Devil Detecting, he says, I pulled a KG3 using the sweeper program last weekend in my last video. There you go, Mike. It just keeps going. So we appreciate that. Mental Metal showed the sweeper program in a couple of his tests. We appreciate him doing that. It does perform really well. If he has used it as well, so he knows too that it is one of the only programs on the Deus 2 that gives an accurate ID with mass targets versus any of the other programs. And part of the reason for that is because it has 1.0 filters on that machine. So again, we like it. We've used it. Michael's used it. Now I did. Mental Metal asked me a good thing today. I was speaking with him on the phone, and he asked me about the notch because originally I set the notch up with 7, 8, and 9 in it, and you can run it that way. Michael, you remember when I was doing the 7, 8, 9 notch in the sweeper?
Yeah.
And it
I
works really
remember.
well. I don't think you see that much of a difference. You can run it with that notch in it, or you can run it without that notch in it. You can run it with the default notch, at 2324, which is what sensitive full tones is, or you can run it with no notch at all. And I think it still performs excellent. I haven't noticed that much of a difference as far as the notch goes and so on. And I've warned you guys too. You can play around with that notch too much, and it can mess you up too as well. But choose what works for you. Try those different notch settings. Notch it maybe 7, 8, 9. Run it a little bit, see what it does. Notch it with the default notch of 23, 24, or no notch at all, and see which one you think works best for you. But it's a great program, and we've had a lot of success with it. A lot of people are enjoying it, and I appreciate each and every one of you sharing your thoughts on that, those settings. Separation is his. Bobby Short says separation is his game for sure. I recommend the Not the Legend more than anything. The Not the Legend is a great machine. And I've got one right back there as well, and enjoyed it. I'll tell you, the Not the Legend on the beach is killer, Michael. It really does a great job, and it runs very, very stable on the beach. If you're looking for a good beach machine, I highly recommend the Not the Legend as well. And I have used it relic hunting, but I tend to prefer it more on the beach than I do relic hunting. But I've used the double score and the score relic hunting, and those machines have done really well out relic hunting. And I've actually got a couple of videos showing that. And we've got some more videos coming with the score and the double score too. But Notna makes a great product, Michael. They really do. And we had this discussion a couple of weeks ago about how Nocta could be the next big company to release something that's really huge. I think they are one of those companies as well. Mental Metal says the sweeper program is a great setup. Well done. And Mental Metal, I appreciate you, buddy, for showing that as well. Buckeye Digger says three-seated dime, seated half dime Walker Barbers, IHP, Washington, and Relic since last week with the Deus 2. Deus 2, again, phenomenal machine. Jersey Ray is on here. She says, hey, Southern Relic Adventures, how do I get the WS6 headphones? You can check out, I'm glad you brought that up since we're doing this tonight. We are going to share my buddy Joel, who is one of our preferred dealers. Joel, Metal Detecting, Buy, Sell, and Trade USA. You can contact him at 775-388-8277 or leebelt1@gmail.com. Great service and easy to work with. Joel can get you hooked up with.
I guess she's talking about the WSA2 or the XLs to go with the WS6 module. Is that right?
Well, I don't know. Let's see. Well, she's on here. Maybe she'll reply back. But if you do need anything from XP, Nocta, MindLab, Joel can get you hooked up. Again, Metal Detecting, Buy, Sell, and Trade USA, 775-388-8277 or leebelt@gmail.com. And again, Joel is awesome. He gets his stuff out very, very quick, and he can get you hooked up with whatever you need. Digging Dude says, I need an 800 I know. Look, that was a blessing in disguise. The guy pulled up while I was out hunting on a property and a permission and said, hey, I got a plantation site. I'd like for you to come and hunt. And we're super excited that he introduced us to that. And we're going to be going out there and doing some great hunts and some videos from that location. So Mental Metal says it ran great for him using the notch at 789. Right. And you can run it with notch 789.
Well, he said without the
789. But you can do it either way, however you want to do it. James Bazell says, when you get old, bones hurt. What becomes more important is the weight and ergonomics. And I agree.
He's exactly right.
Yeah, I know. And that's why a lot of people prefer the Deus 2 because of the weight of the machine. And it's just so easy to use, and it being wireless. John Wright says, 4 years ago, I got the Technetics Patriot, and used it for a couple of years and really got the hang of it. Then purchased a Knox 800 and really get the hang of it. Knox 800 is a superb machine. I just got through talking about the Equinox 900, but I use the 800 as well, and it's an awesome machine. Michael has found tons of stuff. I found tons of stuff with the 800. I highly recommend the 800 as well. It's a great, great machine. Bobby Short says sometimes it's not about finding stuff. It's just about getting out there. I agree with you. I told my doctor I metal detected. He told me it was a great activity. He wrote me a subscription and showed my wife. That's a good one, Bobby. I agree. Yeah, we need all of our doctors to write a prescription for metal detecting for sure. DCM Detect says I found my first silver dime today, a 1946 Rosie, using the DS2 sweeper. Those are the kind of stories we love to hear, DCM. Thank you so much for sharing that, and congratulations for sharing that with us today. And again, we can go on and on about the sweeper. Michael and I love that program, and a lot of people love it. I just pulled a hammer copper coin on Super Trashy's site. Sensitive full tones, high square full tones, and notched out to 86. That's super. Yeah. You can run that notch really high. Just be careful with it that you don't notch out something that you're really looking for. But if you're looking for straight up silver, running it up to 86, nothing wrong with that. Is it, Michael?
No, you've run it like that before.
Oh, gosh. I've run it all
You
the way
know?
up to 89. Just said, I'm not digging anything that doesn't ring up in the 90s. And so I'll run that notch all the way up. So it can be done, and it works really well. But just, be aware of the site that you're hunting. You don't want to notch out some rare button or rare piece of gold or whatever it may be, for sure. So, yes, congratulations. Don't tread on me. That's awesome fun. Bell says, send me an email. I'll set you up with a DS2 head. Just let me know left or right hand and your address. Okay. So, Daredevil Detecting. Oh, and Daredevil Detecting he has the stands, right?
The stands, yeah.
Yeah. Guys, I'm telling you, he makes a great stand for the DS2. Let me show that to you guys real quick while we're on here. And he's on here tonight. Sure, knock anything over. There's the stand. Y'all see the stand? But this is a super stand. You can hit him up if he's hopefully he's still making them. But I love this stand, being able to set my machine down and not flopping over. But this is a great little stand that Daredevil Detective made for me, and I appreciate him doing that and sending that to me. But great little stand for your DS2. John Wright says Technetics makes some great relic machines. I have never used a Technetic. Have you ever used a Technetics machine, Michael?
I've used a T2. I think I know a guy that had one. I used it a little bit, but not a whole lot, And I mean, I've heard a lot of good things about it.
Right. Jersey Ray says she won a DS2 at Dig Stock. No headphones in the box, had separate WS2 at Southern Relic Adventures. Yeah, and she was the winner. And I've got a video coming up with Jersey Ray on there showing her the S2 off. So
I would either get that WSA2
yeah,
back phones or the XLs, depending
I
on
like, and Michael and I, and speaking of the WSA2s, and I'm going to show this real quick too, Michael. There's the WSA2s, and I put the new ear pads or memory foam ear pads on my WSA2s. And guys, I really like these headphones like this. Michael, you got the same setup, correct?
Yep, I got the same setup as that.
And
Yep.
if you are interested in getting those ear pads, I'm going to share this real quick. This is my new stand store. So if you go to SRA store, there's the email address or the link for that. HTTPS / stand.store Southern Relic Adventures. Go check that out. And there's a direct link for those ear pads for these. So if you do have a pair of WSA2s and you want to get the memory foam ear pads, you can get those, and they feel a lot more comfortable, don't they, Michael?
Yeah, it doesn't put as much pressure on your ears, I don't
Yeah.
think.
No, and I like these a lot, and I think it sort of gives you a little more noise cancellation, I guess, is what I'm
Yeah.
saying with those. But check out the store. All you got to do is use that link that I'm providing down below, and that can help you with those ear pads. They're made of memory foam. They feel really good on your ears, and they are super nice. Take a screenshot of it or a picture of it right now, and then check out that site. And I think you'll find it to be very interesting. There's a lot of other cool things on there, as well as my Amazon affiliate store. I should have a link to hopefully Joel's store. So you'll be able to go there and purchase things from Joel as well. So uh, keep checking that out. Save that, put it on your home screen, however you want to do it on your phone, so you can access it at any time. But we're going to be sharing a lot of great things on that site as well. So definitely go and check that out.
Digging
Um,
Dude said, "Do they fit the WS6 back phones?" Yes, it's the
yes,
same back
it's the
phone,
same thing.
yeah, whether you put the, WS6 module on there or the WSA2, it's the same back phones.
Yes, it is, and I'm telling you, I like it a lot better for sure. Michael, we got so many comments. I'm trying to keep up. Let's see. So we said I found my first silver dime. We got that one. That was from DCM to Tex. I'm a little bit behind here, Michael. Uh, yes, Jersey Ray says she won her day as two, and again, that's where I think we left off.
Yeah.
Um, Doug Atkins says my wife wrote me a prescription to get me out of there. I agree. My wife sometimes is ready for me to go out and go metal detecting, so that can be good too. Finders Keeper says running full tones with the remote in the pouch and 9-inch coil is a dream to use. It is. It's a phenomenal machine. Detective Two Guns says just got my MI6 pinpointer for $119 on Amazon. Right, and if you click on that link that I just put up a few minutes ago, you can go to the Amazon store or my Amazon store, or you can go to Joel and you can buy it from Joel and get that MI6 pinpointer as well. But MI6 is a wonderful pinpointer and one that I highly recommend. Finders Keeper says nothing wrong with cherry picking when you're not feeling spunky. That's exactly right. I've run mine up 89 and gone into sides and dug silver coins. The 11 by 13 for the day is two seemed heavy and giving elbow fatigue. Put RC in case strapped it to my suspender. Didn't have any elbow pain after 4 hours. That's awesome. Again, the Dash 2 is such a audio rich metal detector that you'll be able to tell the difference in those audio tones using the Dash 2. So thank you, DC Diggin, one of my good friends. Cody Lovelace says, first time using my Manicore was in my yard, and I found a 1904 Indian head and a silver rosy. Right. And you know what, Michael? We haven't even talked about what we were supposed to talk about.
Yeah.
We've been all
Right.
over the place, but that's okay. Um, Rito Marcellus says, hi, all great show. And we're going to talk about it, but we are going to talk about it real quick before we get off. Arthur Rideout says, just put your sweeper program in my days too. We'll try it out today. Thank you, Arthur. We hope you will enjoy it. You find some great things with it as well. Heavy metal detectors, Facebook groups on here. Thank you so much. Jersey Ray says, I'll definitely order those pads for sure. Yeah, they definitely make a big improvement on that. David Moss says, Teach, can you put a payment link on the store for the private group? Sure, I'll be glad to put that up in just a second, David. And I know you've been trying to get on. And by the way, since David brought that up, and thank you, Bobby Short. Bobby Short just gave us a donation of $4.99. We appreciate you, Bobby, for doing that. David, since you brought that up, I'll put that up right quick. We're going to share our subscription service. It's down below. It's the True Relic Hunter level, $9.99 loyalty badges. members only access to exclusive monthly live stream with giveaways. You can find this by hitting the join button, which should be down below our video right now. So, David, let me know, and I can send it to you personally, and you can click on it and be able to join if you haven't already. And I'll get you hooked up with the membership. And it's a great thing. What do we do on the membership channel that we don't do on here? Well, we share specific information. We do special giveaways on our members only live stream that we host once a month. And you guys have full access to me. You can ask any questions, anything that you need help with. We're glad to help and advise on those live streams. Michael's also on here with me. We have special guests that come on these live streams as well. So we're going to be doing a couple of different things coming up in the near future. You get a loyalty badge saying how long you've been a member. And all of that membership money goes straight back into supporting the channel. So if you like what you're hearing here tonight on this live stream, you get even more with the Relic Hunter membership live stream as well. So again, it is on the join below. But David, if you can't find it, just leave a comment and I'll send a direct link to you to get you hooked up on that as well. And we'll try to get you hooked up. Again, thank you, Bobby, for the $4.99 donation. I really appreciate that. Guys, it does cost me money to do these live streams. So again, your donations go to the live streams and being able to share this information and coming to you every Friday night at 7:30. That money goes to providing this service. So thank you so much for helping me out, Bobby. I appreciate it.
T-Bird said he didn't see the join button on the iPhone. I think you have to be on the
is it on the computer?
On the computer, yeah.
Right. So maybe go check out the computer. But yeah, I would love to have as many of you join as well. We have a lot of fun on those live streams. We just did a LiDAR special. So if you sign up for the live stream, you'll be able to get access to that LiDAR class and information that we gave with Surfside Dan. You can go and check that out. And hopefully that'll help you. We show you how to access LiDAR maps, where to go, what to look for. All of those things were on that live stream. So if you are interested in LiDAR, it's worth the $9.99 just to sign up for the LiDAR information. And the guys that are members on here will tell you it is a wealth of information, some great giveaways, and so on. So it is a very good thing if you're not already a member. Let's see what else we got here, Michael. For whatever reason, Google wanted to copy my driver's license when I tried to join through the join button, and it might be. I don't know. They might have changed some of that.
I think that has more to do with like Google Pay. You know.
Yeah, I think it does too. I think you might be able to pay for it through another service. But Michael, I think Michael is right, David. But again, maybe I don't know if you can use something else or not since you're doing it through YouTube. I'm not real sure on that. Do you know, Michael?
I'm not sure if you can use PayPal or I don't know.
Yeah.
Apple Pay.
Right. Well, we'll try to get it figured out. Dirt Devil Detective says stand is pretty sturdy. I don't know how much the RC Diggs holders weighs. I just finished with my head design and worked fine with that. So Dirt Devil Detective can get you hooked up with a stand. Joe Dirt, thank you so much for your donation again. Goes straight back into the channel, goes back into bringing you guys this live stream. We got 71 people in here tonight that are tuning in for all this information. And we're super excited about bringing this information to you. Green Mountain 64 says, Dirt Devil Detective, where do you sell the stands? He can leave that in this comment. And it's a great stand. And yeah.
I saw a lot of different 3D printed stands, and it's one of the best designs I've seen. It's really strong.
You know? It is. It definitely is. So, Michael, real quick, because we've been on here for an hour and 21 minutes. That's a lot longer than what I wanted to be, but we're going to keep going. We got 72 people in here tonight right now. So Let's talk a little bit about warm weather digging. What are some of the things that you do as you prepare as the heat starts to build up in the south? What are some things, some accessories, and some things that you start to do when it starts to warm up? Let's talk about that with our people on here right now.
Well, one of the things, I just got a manicore, and here's one of the accessories that I bought. It's the WM0609
Right
model,
now.
I'm sorry. And you can use earbuds in the hotter weather, and you can also do it with the DS2 as well. You can take that WSA2 module, put your little clip in the back for your headphone jack. You can run earbuds, a lighter set of headphones to help with the heat. Um, it's just, I mean, another thing you got to deal with is the bugs.
Right.
It's just so, and a lot of the fields get planted, as it gets warmer, and you have to kind of go to a different kind of hunting. Snake
Right.
gators, Tim, man, I'm talking about, yeah,
Right, yeah, snake gators definitely. And Tin Man lives in the same area that we live in, and we know how bad snakes can be. That WM09, just to let everyone know, if you've got a Manicore or an Equinox 900 and you get that WM09, the reason why that thing is a must in a lot of situations is not only can you connect different headphones, but I think that having the WM09 and the WM08 for the Equinox 800, I think that the responsiveness of the audio really picks up. I mean, there's not a lot of drag or lag between you swinging over the signal. It's quicker to absorb that signal using that WM09. So if you've got an Equinox 900 or you've got a Manicore, the WM09 is a great accessory to have, and you can plug in any type of headphone that you want. Michael, what types of headphones are you going to plug into your WM09?
I got a couple of different ones. I like the ones that kind of clip over the top of your ear, so if you're digging or bending over, they don't fall off. Just a lighter headphone. It doesn't have to be anything, real expensive, but because it's just you're going to be sweat. But if you can get a waterproof or sweat proof earbud, you'll be better off because you're going to do some sweating, especially where me and you hunt, Brian. you know.
Yes, definitely, definitely. There's a lot of people talking about hydration. Yeah, hydration is really key, especially when it gets warm. I go mainly to the beach. Of course, I don't live far from the beach. I only live a mile from the beach, so I can go out on the beach anytime I want. When it starts warming up, I don't go in the woods quite as much. There are sometimes I'll go out and try to endure the mosquitoes and the heat and humidity of South Carolina, but it's not a lot. But we're trying to think of things that you guys would be doing during that time when it warms up. Another good suggestion is to start doing a lot of research during that time to get ready
Yep.
for the winter season. As you approach the winter, go out and do a little more research. Read some books, look at old maps, figure out some places and some things that you might want to try to go detect. Those are always good for sure.
I
Um,
have used those cooling towels too. I don't know if you've used them.
yeah,
You
the
wet them,
cooling
you put them
towels are
around.
awesome.
They do help. They do help a lot when it gets hot. Hot hunting.
Cody Lovelace says some of you guys shouldn't forget your life alert. Yeah, because I'm telling you, it gets hot out there. And look, I've had heat exhaustion. That is no joke for sure. Um, so yes, but I really do like the WMO9 for the Mind Lab machines.
Yeah,
Uh,
if you have a Manicore, I got this from Joel. You can shoot him a message if you're interested in getting one of these for your Manicore. It's a great option. You can choose whatever headphones you want instead of just you know having to use those M 105s that come with the machine. And when it gets real hot, I imagine that they're going to be pretty hot out there,
right,
especially and on the
exactly.
beach too. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. John Arlett says, I found a pair of wireless earbuds on a neck strap that works with the Legend double score with no lag and signal detecting. And that's great. John, share that with me if you don't mind on my email. I'd love to be able to show those and maybe possibly purchase those and see how they work as well. So that'd be really good to test out because I have the Legend and the double score. So would love to see how those things work as well. Michael, any other suggestions for as it heats up? What would be some things that you would strongly suggest? Of course, we said the earbuds, lighter headphones. Of course, we've all said hydration, make sure you're hydrated, water packs, cooling towels. What are some other things that you would suggest?
Well, a lot of people, like I said, the fields, if they hunt fields they've been planted, you may have to turn to hunting pastures or, um, you know, we've hunted it, that old spot at the hospital and just dug some silver coins or um, some wheat pennies, some Indian heads. You kind of
Right,
gotta, depending in the summertime or hunting the beach, kind of got to change up your style of hunting
right,
sometimes to keep you know metal detecting. So
right. I love DC Dig. He says to take me in the shade. Get out of
yeah,
that. Get out of that direct sunlight.
well those big shade trees, that's actually a good spot to
Oh yeah.
metal detect.
No, it definitely is. Relics and Rings says small first aid kit with pain reliever. I
Yeah,
I agree with him
for the
too.
bug bites.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh, Cody Lovelace says you can go to Amazon and get a cheap waterproof foam bag to put your stuff into, like Dan was asking a few minutes earlier.
yeah.
So all of those are great suggestions. Big sun hat, sunscreen, bug juice, definitely for sure. Where we hunt, there's a lot of what we call no-see-ums or those biting gnats. Those things can be brutal, which they're already out now, and we're not even into April, and those things are already tearing me up on some of my sites already. So, and I hunt near the river as well. Um, yes, definitely. Bells, he says, I need one that is part of the pouch. Right. So he's asking for a waterproof bag, maybe that can be attached to the pouch as well. Tesh Ridge Digger says rip stock clothing. James Bazell says 2 gallons of insect repellent. Ticks and mosquitoes already out hard. Right. Guys, I've got my latest video that I will be putting up shows alligators, snakes. They're already there. They're already waiting on me to go anywhere near anything. So they're there and they're waiting on us. Doug Atkins says the mosquitoes in South Louisiana are worse than I've ever seen. I agree. They're already out here too, as well. So I get it 100%. All right, Michael. Well, um, we've been on here for almost an hour and a half. I think it's about time to get off. We've held these people hostage long enough, but we got 71 people in here, Michael, which is really good, and I appreciate everybody. Heavy Metal Detectives Facebook group says I use a big straw brim hat, shades me well. Spray your clothes with permethrin to keep the ticks.
Perithium,
Perithium, is that what it is?
permethium. That's what it's
Permithium.
called. Yeah,
Okay. All right. Yeah. DC Diggins says copperheads
right.
are out in North Carolina too. Yeah, they are. They are for sure. Um, so, Michael, you ready to do a giveaway for tonight?
Oh yeah. What do we got for tonight?
Eh, We got all kind of goodies. Got all kind of goodies. Um, do we go big tonight, Michael?
Well, you got 71 people.
We
We
got
good.
71. We got 67 right now. A couple people jumped off because they thought we were
Mm,
getting ready to sign off.
They better jump back on for this
They better
giveaway.
jump back home. What do you think, Michael? Should we go
Yeah,
big? Should we go
that's up
big
to
or go
you.
home?
Go big.
Go big. Michael wants us to go big. What do you guys think? Y'all want to go big tonight for a giveaway? I'm waiting. I'm waiting to hear. Leave a comment if you want me to go big tonight. If you don't want me to go big, then I won't. Let's see what happens, Michael. Let's see how many people say go big. Cody Lovelace says bigly. Go big or go home. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. If you want me to go big, leave go big in that comment section. Go big or go home. Well, we had a great giveaway the other night. Michael, what did we give away the other night? On
the MI6 pinpointer.
Well, we gave away an MI6. What did we give away last weekend? We gave away something really good. It was a Joel giveaway.
Oh yeah, it was a 280 backpack.
Middle says what she said. Go big, go big, go big. Look, we're jumping up and we're at go big. Yes, we gave away an XP 280 backpack last week that was given to us by Joel from Metal Detecting Buy, Sell, and Trade. Again, help Joel out. Great, super guy to deal with. Joel at Metal Detecting Buy, Sell, and Trade USA, 775-388-8277 or leebelt@gmail.com. Great service and easy to work with. Joel is super fantastic. Tom Temple says backpack without the shovel. Guys, have y'all seen my new shovel? I've got a beautiful Predator shovel, a Hornet shovel, Model 45, super shovel. If you haven't seen that shovel, go check out my Facebook page. You'll see it, and you'll see it in my next couple of videos. So they're saying go big, Michael. Go big, 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 big. Don't tread on me. Says I still need a 280. Wink, wink. LOL. Well, we've got something really good. We really do, and it is coming from our friends. Michael, do you know where it's coming from?
XP.
It's not coming from XP this time, but we got something even better. So tonight, Michael, back here behind us.
Oh, the Nocta pinpointer.
Guys, we got a brand new Nocta AccuPoint pinpointer with the colorized screen. Michael, this is a super pinpointer. You've used it, right?
I got one. You've got one. They're great pinpointers.
Yeah. Somebody asked me, what is the weight of my Predator shovel? The Predator shovel, it does feel a little heavy, but I love a heavy shovel. So this is a Nocta AccuPoint pinpointer. We're going to try, and Michael knows this too, I'm going to try to get Delic and Mark on here from Nocta to talk about Nocta products. And hopefully you guys will appreciate that. And we're giving away this Nocta AccuPoint pinpointer. Nocta has sent this to me for a giveaway, and I want to make sure that I do them right. Nocta makes a great product. You guys know that I've used the Legend, I've used the Double Score, I've used the Score. They're all great, excellent machines. I'm telling you, the Double Score, it's a good machine, Michael.
Yeah, it is.
Yes, very good machine. And this Nocta AccuPoint pinpointer is an excellent pinpointer and super, super easy to use, not hard to use. And it's just got a lot of great features. Michael, tell them about the features that they get with this Nocta AccuPoint.
It has frequency shift. It has the ferrous, non-ferrous tone, multiple tones. It has you mentioned the color screen. It's rechargeable with the USB-C. It has the removable tip on it, so you can replace that.
Right, yeah. You know how the tip wears out? Well, Nocta even thought about putting an extra tip in there so you can put it on there. And just a lot of super features about this pinpointer. But Nocta has made an excellent product here. It can also be paired with, tell them, Michael.
You can pair it with I think you can pair it with not the machines or headphones, but you can also pair it with I think the 600 and 800 as well. I've heard people say that.
You can pair it with the Legend.
Well, I know you can pair it with the Legend and the double score, right?
Right.
And the score. But I think it will also pair with the MindLab 600 and 800 as well.
Now, I have not heard that, Michael. So you might be
Yeah.
the first one saying that. But
I,
again, Nocta AccuPoint Pinpointer, brand new in the box. And this is our giveaway for tonight. And we are super excited to promote Nocta products on here tonight. And we appreciate Nocta donating this AccuPoint Pinpointer as a giveaway tonight. And Delic and Mark, thank you so much for the AccuPoint to donate on the live stream. We really appreciate that. And again, great pinpointer, something that I think all of you would enjoy. And we're going to offer this tonight as our giveaway. And again, a lot of great features. It has the frequency adjust. So you know how with the Garrett pinpointer, it could cause your machine to go crazy. This one, if you're having that issue because of your machine and the frequency it's on, you can change the frequency and it won't go crazy on you. It's got a colorized screen. You can adjust the sensitivity. You can set it up for ferrous and non-ferrous. You can set it up for the type of tones you like with it as well. Right, Michael?
that's right. See,
Right.
heavy metal detecting, um, he said it connects to the headphones. So, the 900 and the Manicore and the 700 have a different headphone than the 600 and the 800. And I'm pretty sure that it will connect with the 600 and 800 headphones.
Yeah, it will connect with the 600 and 800 headphones, is what Michael's saying. I have not
Yeah.
tried that yet. How much are these? I believe these are running right around 149. Is that right, Michael? Am I correct?
What I think you're right.
Let me look it up real quick before I say that, because I don't want to tell anybody any wrong information. But I think I'm right on that. Yes, this is a very nice giveaway, guys. And again, I appreciate 139 is what I'm seeing
139.
online. And
Mental
that's
Metal
through.
said it does connect to the 600 and 800.
Okay, so Mental Metal's right. So if you have a MindLab product, you'll be able to connect this AccuPoint pinpointer. Thank you, Mental Metal, so much. Yes, this is a great giveaway. It does connect to the 600 and 800, and I appreciate that. And again, heavy metal detectors. I love my Legend. Legend is a great machine, guys. The double score. I'm in love with the double score, Michael. I've used it out on the beach. Just a phenomenal machine, and the way that it performs and the user interface on it, real simple. I love the double score too as well. Legend, great machine. So many great features on the Nocta Legend, but we're going to be giving this away tonight. And Ted Two Guns says that is sweet. I have an Equinox 800, so you'll be able to connect this with that. So, Michael, let's not hold anybody up, and let's give this giveaway tonight. And thank you again to Nocta, and hopefully we will have them on here real soon. Which I'm real excited. Hopefully, I can get them on here, and you guys can ask some questions to Mark and to Delic from Nocta, and we'll have them on here. And I think that'll be a very interesting show. Will it not, Michael?
Yeah, it will. I think that'll be a great, and it's a lot of questions I'd like to ask them as far as
Yeah.
what's in the future. I think they got a really bright future ahead of them.
Of course they do, Michael. Of course they do. So we're gonna do this, and I'm gonna show this screen, and you guys, all you got to do is type in AccuPoint. There you go. So type in AccuPoint, hashtag AccuPoint, Yes, great giveaway from Nocta. Thank you guys so much. This is a super pinpointer. Again, a lot of great features. $139 giveaway. You guys are getting the chance to win this tonight. Share the channel, please. We're trying to bring to you the best information, best knowledge that we can give. And we're going to be giving away this great Nocta AccuPoint pinpointer tonight on the channel. And you guys can take it out and start using it. And again, I think Nocta's done a great job. It's got a lanyard that comes with it. It's got a new tip. It's USB-C charging for the AccuPoint. Just so many great features to this. And we're giving this away tonight exclusively on Southern Relic Adventures. Guys, go check out my other platforms too on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. We're everywhere. So go check out those other platforms. Give me a like and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Go check out my buddy Joel at Metal Detecting, Buy, Sell, and Trade on his Facebook group, or you can contact Joel if you're interested in getting a Nocta AccuPoint pinpointer. His contact information is up there right now. Join membership. Yes, sir.
We got Steak Ass Cat on here. He got on here just in time for the
yeah. He got on here just in time. Now, guys, it does cost me some money for shipping. If you don't mind dropping a couple of bucks just for shipping, I would greatly appreciate that too. As y'all know how much shipping can be on some of these products. This isn't a very big item, but it will cost me probably what, $10, Michael, to ship this out? At least $10.
At least $10.
So yeah, hey, if you can drop a few bucks to help out with shipping, I would greatly appreciate that. But again, Nocta AccuPoint pinpointer, $139 value for you guys. We're giving away that tonight on the live stream, and we appreciate you guys so much. Yeah, Stink Ass Cat said he's not a fan of the Nocta pinpointers, but it's got a lot of great features. It really does. Yeah, Damian Thorne says if he wins it, he'll be happy to swing by Plantation this weekend to pick it up so we can save the shipping. By the way, too, and y'all saw this earlier, the AccuPoint will connect to the Equinox 900, 700, and so on. So thank you, Make It Work. I really appreciate that so much for the donation. Again, we bring you guys these live streams and these giveaways as part of what we do. And again, it costs money to do those things. So again, thank you guys so much. Thank you, Make It Work, for making that happen. Damien says he'll bring by his machine on that plantation. Damien, I like it. He said, let's light this candle. I'm waiting. I'm trying to give everybody a chance to get in. So again, hashtag AccuPoint, put that in. You're going to win an AccuPoint pinpointer, and we will ship it to you. If you do win, remember, I need you to send me your name, address, and information to sransc@gmail.com, and we will send this AccuPoint pinpointer out to you. Let me know, who you are, and so on, and send me your address, information, telephone number, and so on, and we will get this out to you guys just as soon as possible. And we got a lot of people. Thank you, Doug. I appreciate the $5 donation. Again, it's going to cost me at least $10 to mail this. And again, let's try to at least get the shipping from anybody, for at least the $10 or $12 it's going to cost me to ship it. But again, AccuPoint, Nocta AccuPoint pinpointer, super pinpointer. And again, super nice giveaway that we're giving away tonight. And there's somebody that I know needs it, Tom Temple. Thank you, Tom. Appreciate it. Digging Dude just said he subbed to my channel. Thank you so much, Digging Dude. Appreciate that as well. And we're getting ready to get. We got 47 now. We got 70 in here, Michael. So not everybody signed up for the AccuPoint, but 47 have entered. All right, we're getting ready to do this. Anybody else? We're going. We're getting ready to do the drawing. Anybody? Yes, please hit that like button. Again, I appreciate it. Prospectors Cash, thank you so much. Prospectors Cash is an awesome support of the channel. Real quick, Prospectors Cash, go check out his channel. He does a great job. Very informative live stream. Definitely go check out Prospectors Cash.
He
We
won,
appreciate
he won
it.
in the MI6, didn't he?
He did. He did win the MI6. All right. Well, we got 47 in. We're doing the drawing. If you didn't get in, then too bad, so sad. We got 70 in here right now, but we're getting ready to do this drawing. Michael, they're getting ready to win an AccuPoint Pinpoint. We went big. Uh-oh. Damien just messaged Aggie, is what he said. Don't let Aggie in. Y'all know
She's
what
on vacation.
Mark D just got in right at the last minute. Michael and Brian, let me know if you swing right hand or left hand. I'm right hand, Dirt Devil Detective.
I'm right hand.
Oh, look who just got in. All right, let's do this drawing. We got 49. She just made it. I know. Let's see. Let's see who can be lucky tonight, Michael. This is going to be good. Damien Thorne says too late. We're doing it. Here we go. Let's go. Who's going to win this AccuPoint? Sniff It Out is going to be the winner of this Nocta AccuPoint Pinpointer. Congratulations, Sniff It Out. That is an awesome prize. And again, guys, I appreciate each and every one of you. We got 73 in here right now, Michael, and 73 people trying to win this Nocta AccuPoint Pinpointer. Yeah, Sniff It Out. There you go, buddy. Great prize. Again, send me your contact information, mailing address, phone number, so on, so I can get you hooked up with that Nocta AccuPoint Pinpointer. Guys, thank y'all so much for tuning in tonight. I apologize we went a little bit longer than what we wanted to, but again, we had a great convo tonight. We've got some other great things that we wanted to share tonight. Michael, we didn't even get to some of the other things that we had for sharing, did we?
No, we didn't. We got carried away talking about other stuff. So.
That's the way it always works. We always get carried away with other things, and but it was all good because I think everybody got some information that maybe they can take out and use. We talked a lot about the Versa. We talked about the Garrett machines. We talked about what happens and what we're going to do once it heats up. So we got into a lot of different things. We talked about the DS2, the sweeper program, some of the settings we use, and so on. And I think everybody really appreciates that. Guys, I can't thank you guys enough. We appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in on a Friday night. We know that you got plenty of other things that you could be doing, and you chose to tune in and be with us. And that means a lot to Michael and I. And it means a lot to me, especially that you guys tuned in, and hopefully we shared some information that you appreciate. Again, if you are interested, please make sure you sign up for the membership program. The membership program, of course, gives you exclusive access to me, as well as the live stream that we do once a month. We've got some great things coming up in March, towards the end of March. We're going to be having that live stream with some special information, as well as some giveaways, some other things too that we're going to be doing for that live stream. So you definitely want to get hooked up with the membership. The membership is the true Relic Hunter level at $9.99. All you got to do is click the join link, which should be below. You probably have to do it from the computer, But if you do want access to the link, it will be posted in the description. All you got to do is click it and it will take you there. Thank you again to everyone. Bells, thank you so much. Edward G, thank you so much. Have a great weekend. We appreciate y'all. Later, Gator. Thank you, Green Mountain 64. We appreciate you. Joe Dirt, as always, thank you so much, buddy. Thank you, Mental Metal, for being in here tonight. Go check out Mental Metal's channel. Sniff it out. Thank you, buddy. Congratulations to. I appreciate you sharing the money for the shipping. You guys are always awesome and amazing. This show does not happen without each and every one of you. And then again, thank you to Michael. Michael makes this possible too, as well. So we've got a lot going on. Thank you so much, Dirt Devil Detecting. The membership is monthly. If you want to sign up and then cancel, that's perfectly fine. But we are going to be bringing some great information along the way. So go check that out for the membership. We would greatly appreciate it. Supports our channel, brings us the giveaways, the live streams, the service, and everything else, the cameras, everything else that I put into this to help this channel grow. So again, I appreciate you guys. All right, Michael, any parting words before we leave? We got 52 people in here.
Have a good weekend, and hopefully you can stay dry. I don't know if we can tomorrow or not.
No, we're not going to stay dry tomorrow, but we are going to try to get out and maybe metal detect a little bit this weekend. Look for some videos coming from me, which I should have some up. My dig stop video is coming, so check that out if you haven't already. We've got some great content coming from dig stock. I've got a great video, hopefully with Michael and I, which we did a couple of weeks ago, which should be coming out. I've got a video with the double score for you guys that are interested in the double score, but we got a lot of things planned. We've got some Manicore information that we have not shared yet, which we're going to be bringing that to you guys, but we've got a lot of stuff going on. So thank you all to joined in tonight. I really appreciate you guys. And again, we'll catch you guys very, very soon on our next adventure. And have a great and fantastic weekend. See you guys. Congratulations and sniff it out on the AccuPoint. Make sure you send me that information so I can get that out to you. We appreciate you. All right, guys. We're out of here. Have a great and fantastic night. We'll see you. Bye-bye, guys. See